We found 2 cars already today in our search for Shane Strong. The truck behind me just got pulled out. We still have another car pulled out. Stay tuned. This is one episode you do not want to miss.
The search for Shane Strong intensifying with the National Dive Team joining the hunt. It was nearly a year ago that Strong disappeared in Ogden. To date, publicity about his disappearance has gone nowhere, but it has gained the attention of these professional divers.
Last November, their father got into his 1977 orange Impala and drove to a place where he was staying in Ogden.
That's what's really concerning me, is just everybody knows him because of his car, and no one can find the car.
But nearly a year has passed, and Shane Strong nor his vehicle have been seen.
South Ogden, Utah, it's 7:30 a.m. We just got out of the gym. We got a really good morning workout in. 9 a.m. we're going to be meeting up with Heavy D and the crew, as well as detectives, so we can go over the case of Shane Strong. Shane Strong's almost been missing a year. We're also going to be meeting up with family later on. Let's get right to it.
Divers who scan waterways. They use sonar in search of missing people or their vehicles. A year ago, the team was in Utah searching for 2 missing boys who disappeared in 1985. The search failed to find any trace of them. Last month, Adventures with Purpose found the body of Kylie Rodney in a reservoir in California. Rodney disappeared in early August, and it wasn't until the divers joined search efforts that she was found. The expert divers were at the Causey Reservoir on Tuesday using sonar in search of Strong.
8:55 a.m. We just arrived at the Ogden Police Station, where we're going to go in and meet with detectives, break down the case. We're also meeting with Heavy D as well. I'd like to start off by thanking all of you guys for being so inviting and open to using us as a resource. We have Dave here with his entire team and his resources that'll be able to help us out today. And can we introduce you guys one by one?
Yeah, I'm Alan. I'm a detective here with the Robbery Homicide Division with Ogden Police. Nate Small.
Okay, and we have Lieutenant Horton.
Lieutenant Mark Horton with the Weber County Sheriff's Office, over search and rescue for the county.
All right, so if we make our way out to Pineview, it's going to be in your jurisdiction. Correct. So let's just dive right into Mr. Strong, and let's go over. It's no different from what you guys do. We'd want to develop a good victimology profile of who he was, where he was from, maybe some of his characteristics, things he liked to do, so forth. And we'll just go from there. So when was the day he was reported missing?
So he was reported missing May 10th of this year.
May 10th of
2022.
And I understand that we suspect he was missing for quite some time prior to him actually being officially reported missing by family.
Yeah, last known contact that I know of was November 17th of 2021. So he'd been missing for several months before he was actually officially reported missing.
Do we have any type of idea of why there was a time frame that he wasn't reported missing?
I think by and large it was just, several different family members thought maybe he was staying with them. Those family members thought he was staying somewhere else. So it wasn't, from what I understood, it was just family thought he was one place, and it took a while for the family as a collective to realize that he was missing.
And he was staying here in Ogden.
Yeah, he was staying with his mother.
And so I know from speaking to the son, Shane, and daughter Justice, that There had been several times prior that he had disappeared for about, a month or so, different things we don't have to really get into, but it wasn't uncommon for him to disappear for a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much everybody I talked to said it wasn't uncommon for him to disappear for a while, but it was very uncommon for him to disappear without still at least communicating with his children.
And we've had Mother's Day go past, didn't contact mom, and
Correct,
kids'
yeah.
birthdays, and no contact whatsoever, and just, that's really, really suspicious to me. It's suspicious to you guys as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we also know he's 48 years of age when he went missing, and he was driving a 1977 bright orange Chevy Impala that's missing as well. License plate is L524F. At this point, the license plate is expired, and I'm sure you guys have run LPR readings on it, and no readings of the car anywhere.
Yeah, the car's off the radar.
Where are you guys at with the case right now?
I mean, right now we're kind of at a dead end with the case. There has been rumors, there's been tips. A lot of the tips are also several months old. Mostly people talking about, they saw him, here or there, but they would report that, but that was, in March or April, or so he'd still been missing for several months past when some of these tips were being reported.
Do we know if he had any health-related issues or anything like that?
None that the family or friends knew of. He did have a history of substance abuse, but no, there was no ongoing health issues that the family was aware of.
So I know Pineview gets searched all the time, or there's reports of cars going off the edge all the time. Do you know when the last time a car was pulled out of there?
About 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago? And was that a recent car that had just gone in?
I've been missing since about 2 years.
Was that a missing person or stolen car?
No, I was abandoned.
Okay.
Stripped and thrown in. 90% of the vehicles found in Pineview are on the SR39 side. SR158 side recently got barricades put in there, Jersey barriers and stuff, so it's...
How recently, do you know?
Probably within the last 5 years. So there's about a mile from the dam up on the 39 side that's very popular. There's 3 or 4 pullouts there.
Yeah.
The second pullout seems to be the most popular.
And are there currently vehicles still in the water that you know of right now?
None that we know of, but you'll probably find one.
Right.
Yeah, so in looking at the map, typically we look for the closest, biggest body of water that can conceal a vehicle. And in doing so, 21st Street Pond stuck out to me. But I haven't been there boots on the ground to actually observe it to see if it's even possible or...
And the thing with the 21st Street Pond is it's contracted out for a company that does wakeboarding and stuff. So it's generally, for the most part, secure, at least in areas where people would be able to get a car, so.
In this particular car, this old school car here, it's very unlikely anything's gonna come off. It's not like a new plastic car where if it hits the water, it's gonna explode into pieces and you're gonna see debris. Once this car gets in the water, you're never gonna see it once it goes under the surface. And not to discredit anything you're saying, but we've found cars where there's no signs. We've had cars go through bushes and stuff, and the bushes pop right back up. And I wouldn't want to rule that location out.
21st Street would be worth a walk around.
Okay.
One of the other places maybe the county knows better on this. What about Causey? Some of those areas up there?
Causey would be interesting, because I don't know if anybody's scanned Causey. Have you been to Causey?
I have not, no.
Causey's a lot like...
I know we drove past it the last time we were up here.
Causey does have a road that wraps around.
And it's deep.
Yeah, it is deep. Yeah, that could be worth...
I looked at it on satellite. I didn't see any boat ramps or anything, but we don't need boat ramps.
There's no motor boats allowed. There's no motorboat ramps. We could easily get the kayaks in.
The crazy thing about Causey is family has already told me that another one of their family members were found dead up there.
Really?
Yeah.
And Mom said that Causey was somewhere that Shane had gone before.
It was really suspicious to them that another one of their family members had been found up there, deceased. The vehicle was found on land, but they were found in Causey.
Causey's an interesting lake because there isn't a boat ramp. It's 180 feet to the bottom. It's a high mountain lake. Oftentimes, if somebody drowns in Causey, it's almost impossible to recover.
Yeah, they're not coming back up from that type of depth. And talking to Shane, his son, he frequented that. He would like to drive up Pineview, Causey, and he'd sit and want to look out at the water. You know, so if you want to theorize that this could be, you know, a self-harm scenario, what would you think, Pineview or Causey, if this was a self-harm scenario?
I think if there's any kind of nostalgia stuff to it, I would lean toward Causey. If we're talking practicality and just how Pineview's closer to Ogden, we've got that going for us in that regard too. So honestly, I think it could be 50-50.
Right. So you know in the area and like having a better grip of the case now, like where would you start?
I think we started at Pineview right there.
And then if we have to, work our way up.
Work up to Causey, yeah. I think between those two, there's no way we don't come away with realistically 3 or 4 cars. Whether it's him or not, I don't know. But I know that I get emails once a month, people saying that there's a car in Pineview, and they're always different. So 21st Street, I think is honestly, I'd put that third on the list simply because it's not real feasible to get a car in there unless, I mean, people would see it. Causey, there's so many times a day up there where there's nobody around, nobody would see you. So
all right, we'll leave that in our back pocket then. If we come up empty-handed, and we'll come back to town. We'll check the 21st because I looked at it too on the map, and it does look unrealistic. Yeah. It's just so many things that we found in areas where we're like, wow, wow, we doubted that, and that's where it was. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's better for us to operate in the realm of highest probability. So that's I think we should shoot right up to Pineview.
So one of the things that I can do, if we want to hit Pineview first, I can bring our mobile command up there. So we just have a spot that we can sit down, we can discuss stuff. We've got TVs in there, we can pull up mapping and,
yeah, that'd be great.
And things like that.
Yeah.
In most cases, law enforcement is stuck like, okay, we want to help, but give us something to go off of. And I feel like this is one of those cases where both parties would love to, you know, help each other, but the information just sucks. It just sucks. Yeah. It's terrible information.
It does, man. There's like no credible, like solid last known location. I mean, I think the main thing is he's missing. He's missing with his vehicle. Right. He's missing from here. Right. And the vehicle hasn't been found. Like he's got to.
And he had connections to the valley up there with the 2 lakes. Yeah. Especially Causey. Causey's interesting, man.
And what's the deal with the other family member that was found deceased up there?
Yeah, that was news.
Is that something weird there? That could be.
Was that a friend, a family member, a brother or sister that went up there and took their own life? We don't know. So, right now, you want to head up to Pineview?
Yeah, let's head up there.
Okay,
let's
perfect.
get right to it.
Okay,
the boat's in and get this sonar.
Let's do it.
It's 10:43 a.m. We are pulling into the Marina at Pineview. We got Heavy D and the crew behind us. We're gonna get right to it.
All right, so we are in search area number 1. This is the finger here on Pineview Reservoir. And what's unique about this spot is there are roads that go on both sides of the finger right next to the water. So that's essentially the road right there, which means there's a good opportunity for cars to fly off of there. The sheriff was telling us that cars are launched off there all the time when people either abandon them or, you know, stolen vehicles or whatever. So the plan here is to basically scan this entire finger, both sides, all the way down as close as we can get to the dam. Keep in mind, dams are protected under federal government law by the Bureau of Reclamation. It's a national security thing, so they don't like people getting too close to the dams and filming dams. You guys may remember that from the East Canyon video that we did. A little frustrating we can't get close to the dam there, but essentially this is gonna be base camp up here at the turnout where the sheriff said is the most popular spot for people to launch cars. So the guys have got the mobile command center up there with Ogden PD. Our guys have got the tow truck. We got the Adventures with Purpose trailer getting pulled over there. So that's gonna be kind of the home base. We can rig, you know, pass equipment up and down the hill kind of easily. It is a little bit of a climb, but it's closer than the Marina. And if we're gonna find a car, it's gonna be in here. I'm pretty certain we're gonna find at least a car in here. Whether it's the car we're looking for, that's a different story, but you know, the sheriff wants cars out of here, and hopefully we can find one. So our channel specializes in kind of being able to do anything that other people can't, whether it's moving logistically challenging pieces of equipment, recovering equipment from mud or remote locations. And also we've gotten into searching for missing people simply because we have the desire and the resources that a lot of people don't have. And we have the ability to go out and independently search for missing people differently than, you know, federal and state agencies can. And so I was actually really pumped. It's been about a year now since Jared reached out to me and said, hey, you want to come be part of the search with us? And ever since our first search at East Canyon where we pulled up a car, man, we've been hooked. So we do more on land searches, obviously, but any chance we get to team up with AWP, we do, because we do have watercraft and equipment. And obviously, Jared, Doug, and the team with AWP jumped in and helped me big time personally to recover my personal Pavati that sunk at Lake Powell. So I owe them forever. So that's kind of why we're here. But ultimately, we're here because we can, and we want to be, and we have skills and resources that other people don't have.
So this road up here comes all along the canyon wall, and it's prime location for a vehicle to possibly make it in. Anytime we have drop-offs like this, you want to be as tight as to the shore as you can get. If you're out from the shore, you leave more opportunity for your sonar scanning to be inaccurate. Water temperature is 63 degrees. There's a lot of fish in here. We're roughly 25 feet off the edge of the shoreline, and it is 19 feet deep on the starboard side. Oh, rope swing up there. You can tell how low the water is right now, just where that rope swing is positioned. Yeah, so far nothing, but it's really easy to read. We just need to make a couple passes. That's pretty much it. That's where we're at right now. We're just scanning, and
we're just gonna learn how to use the sonar then.
Hey, Josh knows a lot about sonar, so.
He doesn't seem to know very much, actually.
So that Pavati boat is the same type of boat that we recovered with them just a couple of months ago. If you guys haven't seen that boat where Jared and I lifted this boat from over 100 feet deep, you gotta go check that out. The link will be in the description below. The plan is to continue to keep scanning. Now I'm a little bit further out so we get different angling, different readings, and make sure we're not missing anything. Anytime you have a drop off like this, it's just a really tricky reading. It's not like it's, you know, flat, so things can hide on the wall, and depending on how far you are out, gives it different readings. That's what we're doing. I love the show of support. Regardless, you know, Forest Service is uncomfortable in their position. They're out here and they're in their boat, they're supporting. Sheriff's Department is here, they're supporting. Police Department is here, they have their command unit. It's critical in what we do. We never know if we're gonna find anything, and to have that support here on scene with us I absolutely recommend it. If there's any other agencies that are watching this, it's critical. We want you here, we wanna work with you. We don't ever wanna discover anything without assistance. And I know that's not always doable with cold cases, and you know, different departments have different resources as well as availability. I'm gonna come back over this. I gotta turn around. And we're gonna look back here on side scan. Right there. That looked like that looks like a vehicle. See that? So the edge of the cliff is right there. They could come right off right here. And that's what the law enforcement said. They park up there, come off, and end up right here. What is that? That's a car. That is a car, my friend. That is a car. That is a car. Yeah, magnetite. Magnetite. We're at 22 feet deep. So we use these magnets to confirm. What I think may be a vehicle, could be a boat. Fiberglass doesn't stick to metal. My magnet's going down on it, you see it? I'm right above it. It's locked. Give me the buoy. I almost want to say there's two of them side by side. So once I mark it as a reference point, I'll use it and get some different angles back and forth, this way and that way, to get a good idea what it might be. Definitely looks like an older vehicle.
It looks like a long, low-profile old car.
That's what we're looking for too.
It stops, so he could have launched straight through there. It's right at 20 feet there.
We're gonna tie up to this, and I'm gonna do a 360 scan. What that's gonna do is it's gonna confirm if there's anything else around this. As you see it start to digest its scan. So you can see a little bit of directly what's underneath of us. So that gives you an idea of the smaller boulders and the other objects that I was ruling out. There's no question, like those were never cars, not even a chance. You really have to have an eye for it, because if you don't, you're gonna spend a lot of time diving on all those objects. I'm gonna still scan back up and back again, and then back around. That way, if there's anything else out here, we have them all marked and we can dive on them. That's definitely a car though. It's an old school car, just like what we're looking for. Oh my. Right there. Look at that. How tall is that? That's 5-6 feet tall. Look at that. Look at that. What is it? It's a car. I see wheels. I see wheels. That's a car. 1,000%. 1,000%.
So if there's a car where he's looking at, that's a far drop.
Do you have ears on me, Peter?
I got a copy.
Can you throw down another magnet?
Yes, sir, no problem.
Definitely a car. We'll know once we put a magnet on it for sure. One there. You can clip that to the front end. Oh, yeah. We're all over it. Direct hit.
Wow.
All right. This one's 40 feet deep. (1:47 p.m.) I've now concluded my scan of this lake. We know we only have 2 vehicles in this lake. We're gonna make my way back over to where the command unit is, and I'm gonna get suited up. The first thing that we're gonna have to do is go down and identify these cars. Once they're identified, then we will come to the determination of how and when or if we are going to recover these vehicles. Stay tuned. That one's 20 feet deep, that one's 40 feet deep, so
Nice.
easy dive, no current.
Yeah.
Water temperature's great.
That one's in a unique spot.
It is. I'm thinking like that's an accident.
Yeah, it's an accident for sure.
Yeah.
That's not an easy spot to ghost ride from unless you just kind of pushed it off the edge, but even then.
Yeah, I know there's a guardrail there, but I
I
also
see the guardrail. Oh yeah, guardrail's right there.
I also know that guardrails get replaced. I've found cars in areas where they replaced and never questioned.
Yeah.
And cars, depending on the accident or what's going, can cartwheel right over it.
Yeah.
So the guardrails really don't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
You know?
That one could be a pretty high-speed jump.
Yeah.
That could be a 60 mile an hour right off the bend there.
Crazy, crazy. But in the grand scheme of things, once I dive and rig, I mean, it's super easy to pull out. It's not gonna be like anything we've ever done together. I'm gonna rig straight to it, chain it, pull it right out. That's what I do with all my cars. And you know, now if it's the car we're looking for and the body's in it, I'll try to take the body out first, piece by piece. It just depends on the condition of the car. The windows open, are they down? You know, if it's just a standard pull, we clear it, they're just stolen cars, just yank them and have fun with them. Cool. So it would be safer and easier for us to take our unit back to the boat ramp, load the dive gear in here, and then come back over versus.
So let's have your truck run over there.
Yeah. Hey, Peter. So yeah, take our RV back over to the boat ramp, and what we're gonna do is load up the dive gear and what we need, our comms unit, and onto Dave's boat, and then we'll come back over here and just dive off the boat to both of these cars.
Copy that, 10-4. I'll meet you over at the boat ramp. So it's quite possible today that we could be uncovering 2 cold cases.
We're popping down right now just to identify and assess. Once we identify and assess, local authorities will make the determination on how we proceed. When I get back up, we'll have all the answers on condition, positioning, and hopefully there's some identifying markers on it like a license plate.
Did you get it up so high for that?
Did it? I'm at 20 feet, 21 feet. $30 I'm at 30 feet, I repeat. Alright, I've made it to the vehicle, I repeat. I'm on a vehicle. Vehicle is upside down, I repeat. Vehicle is upside down.
Vehicle is upside down.
Vehicle is silver in color. I repeat, silver in color. I have a license plate in hand. I repeat, I have a license plate in hand. Visibility is about 2 inches. All 4 wheels are intact on this vehicle. All windows are out. Vehicle is upside down. This is going to be a really easy one to recover. Repeat, I'm heading back up topside. I have the license plate. I repeat, I have the license plate, and I'm heading back up topside.
License plate. That is not the plate that we're looking for.
So I went ahead and put the line on there. Okay. So yeah, so it's on the car good.
What kind of car is it?
Some type of Chrysler.
Chrysler?
0 visibility.
Did you see inside the car?
No, so all the windows are out. It's busted up really good.
Okay.
It's on its roof.
Did you see inside? Nothing good to see inside?
No.
Couldn't tell if there was anything in it?
I couldn't. No.
Are you running that plate?
Yeah, I text the information to them. We have somebody that get it ran and see what we can figure out as far as owner and any information we have on the vehicle. Initially, right off the bat, doesn't look like it's stolen. No involvement, at least, with the local agency. Nothing that we can see within the state system so far, but we just keep looking through different databases and resources that we have to see if we can come up with anything. If we can't find it in one database system, then we run it through a different one and see what we can find in the second.
Tom, check.
I read you loud and clear. This magnet isn't on anything.
Yeah, it definitely drifted because I think that spot was further this way. I think the magnet popped off.
That's all right. It'll take me 2 seconds to mark it.
Yeah, it was definitely further over there.
Dive her down.
Helicopters just dumped into the ocean when they evacuated.
20 feet. I'm at 20 feet. I repeat, 20 feet.
Didn't have enough room, so they just kept pushing.
I've arrived at the vehicle. I repeat, I've made my way to the vehicle. Visibility is about 3 inches. I repeat, 3 inches. Making my way around the front of the vehicle. It's definitely a really old vehicle. I repeat, a really old vehicle.
Really old car.
Looks like we have some type of reddish orange color. Driver's side front window is down. I repeat, driver's side front window is down. We're gonna have an extended cab, Silverado, maroon in color. I repeat, an extended cab, Silverado, maroon in color.
Extended cab Silverado maroon.
I have a license plate in hand. I repeat, I have a license plate in hand. Both rear wheels are intact. We have some really nice rims, accessible for recovery. Both passenger side windows are up and intact. Both passenger side windows are up and intact. I have my magnet line permanently attached to the rear wheel, hard fastened. That way we can set some rigging gear right down on the rear end of this truck. I'm heading back up topside. Doesn't appear to be anything inside of the vehicle.
Got another plate. Same thing as the other car, pretty much.
Man, I landed on it and I thought it was orange. It looked orange with the silt on top of the burgundy. And I wipe it, it's burgundy. I thought it was our car.
Does it pull up your make and model of that truck?
Nope, there's nothing even in the state system as well as our local system. So it must have been down there either for a while or re-registered to a different owner or something with a different license plate.
Yeah.
Because that license plate is disconnected from anything in the system.
It's sitting just like this, rear facing up. We'll pull it right up. Yeah, absolutely. Give me the key.
Yeah, put it in reverse.
The guy left a minute.
4:41 p.m. DNR, Forest Service, Sheriff's Office, Ogden PD. They've come to the conclusion that they want both of these vehicles out. So I'm gonna be down rigging these vehicles, pulling them up. Dave is up there setting up the big rollback, and yeah, here soon we're gonna have them out. One now? Yeah. Hey, you ready? Feet. 16 feet. 20 feet, I'm on the bottom. I got both rear wheels rigged. I'm going to attempt to basket them together.
Go, Alan, go. Pull it up.
He's pulling it. He's going to get it on his own.
Oh, yep. Not quite enough.
535. First vehicle, which is the Chevy Silverado, is fully rigged. Getting ready to pull it up this cliff. We still have DNR, Forest Service, Ogden PD, and Weber Sheriff's Department up top, waiting to see what mysteries lurk inside of this vehicle. Who knows? We won't know until we get it up. Is it moving?
It's starting to, yeah.
On this pull, we should see this Chevy. See all the different bubbles. So it's definitely coming. It's there, it's intact.
There it is, I see it.
So the sheriff right now is checking the contents of the vehicle.